Mario Kart 8 came out on the Wii U in 2014, and even though that console was pretty much doomed from the get-go, Kart 8 still sold pretty decently well-ish. It became the best-selling game on the console, banging out a neat and nifty 8.5 million copies, which is usually a huge feat, sure, but let's be real, fucko, it was the Wii U, that's not really saying much. That being said, though, the game was still mostly really well-received back when it first came out, aside from its battle mode, which was basically the second coming of AIDS. But besides that, this game was great, though to some, including an 8-year-old me, it was kind of lacking when compared to its predecessor. Not that one. There we go. I think at the time, a lot of it was just nostalgia goggles, but even now, I find it hard to look at that original version of Mario Kart 8 because of what we have now. I mean, sure, it's got gorgeous graphics, the best track design in the series, the best and most improved retro courses in the franchise. Seriously, if I didn't know they were remastered, well, I wouldn't know. They feel brand new. The best soundtrack in Mario Kart history, and a character roster. Listen, I like the Koopalings, especially Larry. I can't explain it, but if I could adopt a younger sibling, it'd be that guy. That way I wouldn't technically be a middle child anymore, and he gives off crazy fun little sibling energy. But why the fuck is he here? Did we really need all of the Koopalings as separate characters? Did we need Baby Rosalina, Baby Peach, Lakitu, Metal Mario, Pink? I don't even have to finish that one. Like, this roster is just awful. I'm sorry. I'm glad my all-time celebrity crush Donkey Kong is here, I guess, but I don't know. Outside of literally just the metal characters, this has got to be the most bare minimum roster in, like, I mean, honestly, any game like this. Where's Bowser Jr.? Where's King Boo? The other less sexy Kongs, Dry Bones, Kamek, Pauline, Dry Bowser, Birdo, Petey Piranha. I always liked when the Mario spin-offs would incorporate new characters from the mainline titles to cement them as mainstays, like how Double Dash did with Bowser Jr. or King Boo and Petey Piranha, or how Mario Kart Wii did with Rosalina. And you know what? Just a little over a year earlier, Nintendo did introduce an all-new main Mario character into the series, this guy, Nabbit. I love Nabbit. I don't know why. I always just thought he was super cool. So why isn't he here? I mean, to be fair, this whole era of Mario was kept very generic, so there wasn't a ton of new characters introduced all the time, but like, they at least had Nabbit at the very least. But beyond that, again, the tracks are incredible. I think this game's 32 tracks on their own make this the strongest Mario Kart experience at the time of its release. But again, looking back, it really does feel so empty, just like the character roster did. But that might just be because comparing it to what we have now, it kind of is empty by comparison. But hey, that didn't matter because it was still such a fantastic game, thanks to its design, its visuals, its music, its cool racing TV network feel, and its all-new anti-gravity gimmick. Jesus Christ, I don't know what the devs were stoned out of their gourd on to conceive this, but it introduces so many great tweaks and concepts to what can even be done here. Like I said, at the time, I preferred Wii, probably mostly because of nostalgia, and to this day, I still prefer Wii over base Mario Kart 8 just because I don't think I'll ever have a reason to play that version of the game again, but like, still, without bias, at the time it came out, this was the best Mario Kart. But Mario Kart 8 wasn't going to stay in its default form for long because by now, Nintendo had long accepted that DLC was the future. Like, 10 years too late, sure, but better late than never, I guess? Alright, what's behind door number 1? We got our first DLC pack for this game, including 2 completely pointless reskin characters no one gave a half a piss about, some cool new and returning carts, Link, who was a genuinely great addition, and 2 all-new cups. Not only were these new tracks just as great as the ones you'd see in the base Mario Kart 8, but it was also cool to see the series open up its arms to other franchises like Excitebike, F-Zero, and Zelda. And what's behind door number 2? Basically the same thing, but better. Now giving us 3 actually decent characters, Animal Crossing rep, and more awesome tracks. I know Dry Bowser is technically just a Bowser reskin, but at least he has a presence in the actual games and is just really cool. I always loved this Japanese-inspired track, Dragon Driftway, that featured a frickin' Mario Galaxy 2 reference. My heart. I mean, if Goblet teaches us anything, and it does, it's that noodle dragons are much better than normal-ass, regular-ass, generic-ass dragons. So yeah, you thought those 32 tracks were great? The game basically just said, nah, watch this, and expanded itself a third in size, which is incredible. I bet we won't ever see anything like that happen again. And what is behind door number 3? My integrity. Shit, I've been looking everywhere for that. Mercedes-Benz tie-in. Boo. We've talked about this before, but this product placement was so lame. Sure, it was free, there's that, I guess, but it doesn't fit in the colorful, wacky world of Mario, you know? Oh well, we actually did get some cool updates to the game too, a faster and more chaotic scheme of gameplay in the form of 200cc, player stats, and even amiibo functionality. You just scan certain amiibos, even from other franchises, and you get a cool Mii costume based on that character, which is probably really weird for casual players. Metroid? What Mario game is he from? Like I said, I don't think I'll ever play the original version of this game again, but ignoring everything that came after it, I won't lie, it's still a 7 out of 8 Nugget game to me. So yeah, this game was great, and it sold well, but it was basically dead on arrival by default. Look at the console it came out on. Like sure, it performed well, but it was still held back so much just by the limits of this console. Imagine how much more it could have sold without it. I mean, see?